Top 10 hardest prisons in the world. Welcome to today's deep dive into the darkest, most brutal prisons on the planet. From extreme isolation in the US to lawless gang-run prisons in South America, these are the places where survival is a daily battle. If you think prison is just about serving time, think again. Make sure to like and subscribe for more insane real-world stories. 10. Rikers Island, USA. A lawless hellhole in NYC location, New York City, USA. Security level, high, notorious for gangs, corruption, inmate abuse. The reality inside Rikers Island. Rikers Island is one of the most infamous jails in America, housing over 10,000 inmates. It's not just dangerous because of the criminals inside, but also due to the corrupt system that governs it. Brutality is common. Gangs like the Bloods, Crips, and Latin Kings dominate the facility. If you're a new inmate, you're either recruited or you're a target. Horrific story. In 2015, a mentally ill prisoner named Kalief Browder was wrongly imprisoned for 3 years without trial, spending over 700 days in solitary confinement for a crime he didn't commit. After being released, he took his own life, highlighting the system's brutality. 9. Diyarbakir Prison, Turkey. A place of pure torture. Location: Diyarbakir, Turkey. Security level: maximum. Notorious for extreme torture, political prisoners, psychological abuse. Why it's so terrifying. Built in 1980, Diyarbakir Prison became notorious for torturing political prisoners, especially those accused of opposing the Turkish government. Prisoners undergo brutal beatings, electric shocks, and waterboarding. Some are forced to eat their own feces as punishment. Psychological torture is just as bad. Inmates are forced to stand for hours in freezing cold conditions while guards taunt them. Shocking fact: a 13-year-old boy was imprisoned for writing anti-government graffiti. He was tortured for months before being released, leaving him mentally broken for life. Tadmor Prison, Syria, the house of massacres. Location: Syria, destroyed in 2015. Security level: maximum. Notorious for mass executions, public torture. The most brutal prison massacre in history. Tadmor's reputation was cemented in 1980 when the Syrian government ordered 1,000 prisoners to be executed in one night. Guards went cell to cell, slashing throats, shooting prisoners, and beating them to death with iron bars. Survivors describe it as a human slaughterhouse with blood soaking the prison floors. In 2015, ISIS stormed the prison and blew it up, but its legacy of horror lives on. 7. La Saboneta, Venezuela. A prison ruled by prisoners. Location: Maracaibo, Venezuela. Security level: extremely dangerous. Notorious for overcrowding, corruption, gang rule, chaos behind bars. La Saboneta is so lawless that guards barely enter. Instead, gangs control the prison with guns, drugs, and even prostitutes smuggled inside. Horrifying condition. Built for 700 inmates, but often crammed with 4,000 plus prisoners. Massacres are common. In one incident, over 100 prisoners were slaughtered during a gang war. Fun fact: some prisoners run illegal businesses inside, making thousands of dollars selling drugs and weapons. 6. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda. The prison where inmates eat each other. Location: Rwanda. Security level: maximum. Notorious for overcrowding, disease, cannibalism. The most overcrowded prison in the world. Gitarama is hell on earth. Originally designed for 400 people, At times, it has over 7,000. Prisoners are forced to stand all day because there's no room to sit or lie down. With starvation rampant, inmates have turned to cannibalism, sometimes eating the flesh of prisoners who die. 5. Bang Kwang Central Prison, Thailand. The Bangkok Hilton. Location: Bangkok, Thailand. Security level: maximum. Notorious for shackled prisoners, starvation, and extreme discipline. Brutality behind the walls. Prisoners wear iron shackles for months, sometimes even years. Food is so bad that inmates rely on family donations to eat properly. Shocking story. A British tourist was arrested for smuggling drugs. He was beaten, starved, and kept in a tiny cell with 50 other prisoners for years before being released. 4. Carandiru Prison, Brazil. The site of a massacre. Location: São Paulo, Brazil, closed in 2002. Security level: maximum. Notorious for brutal gang control, deadly riots. The 1992 massacre. Police stormed Carandiru after a riot and killed 111 inmates. Living conditions: diseases like HIV and tuberculosis spread like wildfire. 3. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. The Human Tomb. Location: Russia. Security level: Supermax. Notorious for total isolation, extreme discipline. Prisoners are blindfolded and shackled when moved. They never see the outside world again. Food: just soup and bread. No parole. No second chances. The prison only houses serial killers, terrorists, and cannibals. 2. Camp 22, North Korea. A living nightmare. Location: North Korea. Security level: high security. Labor camp. Notorious for forced labor, starvation, execution. Entire families are imprisoned for political crimes. No one ever leaves alive. Shocking. There are reports of chemical weapon experiments on prisoners. 1. ADX, Florence, USA. The Alcatraz of the Rockies. Location: Colorado, USA. Security level: Supermax. Notorious for extreme isolation, mental breakdowns, no human contact, 23-hour lockdown, and total sensory deprivation. Famous inmates: El Chapo, Unabomber, and Boston Marathon bomber. These prisons aren't just about punishment, they're designed to break people entirely. If you found this shocking, make sure to like and subscribe for more insane real-world stories.